Hello and welcome to the back nine of round 3 of the Green Mountain Championship presented by Discraft, part of the Disc Golf Pro Tour. I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
I'm Madison Walker. We are your two hot geese.
Hank. We are at Brewster Ridge, the wooded track out here at Smuggler's Notch. We played Fox Run Meadows yesterday, the more open course, so you got to have it all out here, folks. We are watching Kristin Tattar, Henna Blomroos, Ohn Scoggins, and Vanessa Van Dyken here. Kristin, Henna, and Ohn holding strong, staying in the top 3 positions. Vanessa having a really rough start, 7 down through 9. It can happen to anyone. It hurts when it does happen, and you have to experience and or watch it. So hopefully she can turn it around. Lots of birdies, but also lots of trouble on the back.
Yeah, and by lots of birdies, we mean like...
There's at least 3.
Hold 10, it's a downhill, 411 feet, but it plays pretty true. I feel like you're throwing a rip distance drive, hoping not to get any ground play. You want to throw it flexing or maybe a slight turn at the end that's not going to fade out too hard. This is a gettable birdie, though. Being right is better than being left for approaching.
Super technical shot here. That's probably the best error, is just to end up left. There's not really a ton of trouble over there. Also, just a reminder that GK Pro is doing a $150K giveaway, giving away 2 VIP tickets and a all expenses paid just about trip to the Disc Golf Pro Tour Championships in Charlotte. Check out the description for details.
That worked, though.
Great shot from Henna. I think she's throwing slower speed. Yeah, that rock 3 again.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. That looks really good from Vanessa.
So good.
Just has to miss that one branch, and she does. Inside the circle.
Such a good-looking flex shot.
I think that's her heat. Kristin also throwing a mid-range here. That's her claymore. Pulled to the right, but not the worst result. She's past the corner of trees.
Great little flex forehand up to the green. Even though this is one of the more gettable birdies, I would say, on the course, only 5 people getting 2s.
Is gettable the word we want to use?
I mean, it's just one of the ones where you're not down a tight wooded...
attainable? Is that a better...
Downhill 400. Like, we can all do that.
Simple. Henna not satisfied with her birdie attempt there. Vanessa for a birdie.
Yay.
Get it going on the back, Vanessa. Honestly, if Vanessa can par and get a couple birdies and just finish strong, a couple over is not really going to make or break any kind of a round here.
It was just tough once you get into the mindset of like, I need to get some birdies and play clean. It's like easy to put a little too much pressure on, and pressure at Brewster Ridge equals bogeys.
Yeah. Or worse.
I love this hole.
Me too. Downhill par 4, 620 feet. Calls for a turnover off the tee. You kind of have to throw to the corner, and then it's blind. You don't really see where it ends up. You kind of want to land in this first pocket is fine where this other tee pad is, or farther, I guess, if you're into that. And then it's a dead straight shot, probably another 250. For some reason, I feel like you can get this. Like everyone's like, yeah, sure, no problem, because you don't have to throw max distance. Like you could throw a fairway or mid-range and get there because it's so downhill.
Yeah, you can throw back-to-back mids and get the 3.
Yeah, I think early right's worse than left. There's kind of like some workable options on the left. There's bigger gaps.
Oh,
that's so good.
That's so good.
Look at how far down there.
Man, she's throwing some very pure drives.
Yeah, and you can see that mental strength we talked about yesterday. Like Vanessa having some trouble, but still able to just put together some super clean, fantastic shots. Ohn showing us the flex forehand.
Wow.
Also a fantastic shot. And that's kind of the more normal landing zone. So Vanessa really piping one down there. Oh, so close.
Man, that looks good. That was a nice kick, though, just straight down in the fairway. That's a big deal because it can get pretty brutal when you hit trees that high in the air. This is a perfect shot here for this hole. I love the sidearm.
Look at all the power on that. What
Whoa.
a weird. So
Redirect.
you can see how there's gaps over here, though. Kristin far enough that she might be able to attack still for birdie.
It does get a little pinched as you get towards the corner.
Whew. Henna with that standstill. Dang. Squeaking past the first tree, catching a late tree. She's in the center of the fairway, though. Probably only 120 feet to go or something around there. Ohn throwing a nice low.
Wow.
Getting the good ground play. Wow. So good.
So good. It gets through everything. God,
So good.
it's crazy.
It was barely off the ground the whole time, too. Vanessa throwing a standstill up shot.
God, the pure lines from this woman's hands today. Ugh, it's fun to watch.
She's definitely going to have to make a circle's edge putt, though, to earn the birdie. Kristin not left with much here.
She bites off some good distance, though, and she even gives herself a look.
Yeah, impressive. Henna's third, throwing a P2 up shot. Yeah, probably wanted a little bit closer, but not bad. Kristin for birdie.
Nice bid. A little bit downhill.
Vanessa for birdie, just inside the circle. A little high.
Two great shots.
Henna for a par. No.
Wow. The nubs.
That's one of the worst feelings in disc golf. Berdogey. Henna with a bogey there as well. Ohn tap and birdie. And Kristin with a par.
Hole 12 is downhill 354, but it plays a lot shorter than that. You just want to throw something straight that glides the whole way down, using the hill to create power more than anything. You don't want something that hyzers out early because it makes it pretty rough to get to the green. Also, there is an out of bounds line maybe at 40 feet behind the basket, and it's a huge cliff that drops off. Not an easy place to get your disc back.
I always forget about that. That's a good thing.
It's a bad thing to forget about.
Well, I like the mid-range play here. So if anything, I'm like a little short.
Yep.
Ohn giving this some good width and just absolutely parking it.
Yeah,
so that's
riding the right side the whole way down.
pretty cool.
She misses that guardian tree by like a foot.
And that's to go 4 down on the round, which is stellar. The best round we saw in the first round was Henna with a 3. So pretty cool. Kristin really high. Ace running it.
Wow. Oh,
Settles just outside the circle.
very close to that out of bounds line.
That was a verdict. That would be such a sick ace.
That'd be unbelievable. Vanessa taking a more linear route with a slow
I
disc.
think it's her meteor again.
She throws that thing so well. And that's a perfect disc choice here.
Yeah, she does get just a bit caught up at the end. Henna with a rock 3. That looks great.
Yeah, I love that. Just outside the circle deep, but pin high.
Vanessa with the longest look. Probably just laying up here. Leaves it a little shorter than you'd like. Henna for birdie just outside the circle.
A little high, nose up, stolly bid. Kristin coming back.
Look at the lighting in the forest, though. That's
So this place feels so magic-y.
Vanessa for par. Kristin with a par. Back-to-back birdies from Ohn.
Huge.
Yeah.
This played is the easiest hole of the day. A little surprised not to see more birdie looks here.
They all had a look. They were just tough.
Yeah.
Never easy putting on an elevated pin. Let's check in once again with the leaderboard here. Look at Ohn, 4 down through 12. Still hanging strong there at third. Missy Gannon, 3 down through 12. Taking that 4th place spot. Ella Hansen and Kat Murch, the only other ones in our top 10 under par so far. Vanessa dropping back, but still in the top 10.
Yeah, hanging strong. After taking that many bogeys in the front, it's good to see her still battling.
Hole 13, another downhill par 4, 570 feet. You want to try to get past this corner, but stay in the middle on this road if you can. You see some turnover backhands and a lot of forehands. And then this last shot, I think the only way, maybe not the only way, the best way to get down there is like a baby flex forehand, I think. It's really hard to get all the way down into the circle. You can see how tight this final little tunnel of trees is. There's so much danger the entire way on this hole. I like the forehand off the tee.
Me too. I think that's the best play.
If
Once
you-
you wrap the corner.
You just have to have enough power to get past that last final huge tree on the right, and it takes a smash.
Yeah, the best play too is to kind of push the trees deep and hyzer out just before them.
I mean, that's true on the backhand and hyzer as well.
This plate is the second most difficult hole of the day.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
That's a horrible kick.
That is going to be brutal. I actually don't know what's down there.
I don't really either. I have to assume it's bad.
Everything on the left side on the next 2 holes is the stuff nightmares are made out of. So many little trees and that huge out of bounds cliff. It's not listed as out of bounds on the hole notes, so hopefully
Yeah.
it's not within reach here.
This is a Mako 3.
Good God.
So far. She's in the woods on the left, but far enough that at least par should be easy, I think. I don't know if she can attack. Okay, so Kristin does have some gaps, but they're not big. She chooses the biggest one on the right, goes flex forehand. Friggin' sick.
What a recovery. She'll have a pretty straight look at the pin, right?
Yeah, I think she'll be a little bit on that left side and have to throw like a backhand hyzer or a forehand flex. But that bridge is, I mean,
Good landing
within
spot.
150 feet of it, probably a little less. Vanessa having to take a really tight line with a forehand as well.
That looks great.
Yeah, it was good, but it's definitely a longer third shot than you want.
Oh, yeah, it is.
From this tee pad,
Yeah,
that's,
yeah,
what do you think that is, like 225,
250? Yeah, somewhere in there.
It's so touchy.
So straight.
And that's one of the worst results. From there, you almost have to throw like a forehand roller. Like, the angle's just not there.
Ohn pinched pretty tight on her second shot, but she's got the angles here. As long as she doesn't push too straight.
Ugh,
Eesh.
kind of rough over there.
It's very rough.
There's like a gap.
Where on earth is
So
Henna?
Henna's, see, there's the bridge.
Yep.
So that's how far she got on her drive with a Mako 3. Freaking nuts.
And then she crushed. Are you
All right,
kidding me?
So that was magical.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's pretty unreal to get a backhand from like a knee
She
through
just
there.
kind of chopped through the right side. That
Yeah.
doesn't happen.
Yeah, this is what you see happen.
Mm-hmm.
What looks like a perfect shot just get punished by a tiny tree.
Yeah.
Kristin looking at a long par save.
That's a classic Brewster Ridge.
Vanessa way over here can't have much of an angle, just pitches up.
Yeah, it's so tight over there that you don't even want to try a roller. And that says a lot.
Can't even see the pin. This is for
Wow.
bogey save?
Kind of a little bit. So pretty. That even though that approach is short, it's still like a little bit tight. It's a little scary.
Yeah, and Vanessa leaves kind of a long comebacker for her double bogey.
Ohn finds a little baby gap to try to hit, but
Most of the way. Tough look at it, though. Kristin's third. Wait, fourth?
mm-hmm.
Yep. That'll be a bogey. Yeah, I see why this is the second hardest hole of the day.
Yeah.
Henna for a long birdie look, though.
So much can happen. Oh, I wanted it. There was one birdie today. Alexis Mandujano.
Nice.
Wow. 60% of the field, though, with a bogey or worse. Wow.
What a bar save. Breathes a little sigh of relief.
She almost looks like she surprises herself
Mm-hmm.
a lot. Vanessa with the comebacker for bogey? Double?
I don't know. I kind of lost track. That was
Yeah.
for double.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right when you start getting the hopes of like, okay, I can keep it clean.
Let me into my zone. Please don't let me into my zone. 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 Please don't let me in. Please don't let me into my zone. I just need some time of my own. All these people trying to get a conversation. You can conversate to that tone. My God up on that throne, yeah. So I'm never alone, yeah. Ballin' can't beat me up, cause I'm back in my zone now.
Hole 14, 300 feet uphill, new basket placement. It's a big turnover shot or maybe a distant sidearm. I think the play, though, is to just throw something really straight, because if you get caught up early right, it can be really tough to get to the green. Whereas if you just push really far straight, it's a pretty easy, even a long putt opportunity for birdie. So just kind of throw as hard as you can with a distance driver uphill, or if you're Ohn, throw a flex forehand.
We didn't see any birdies on this hole in round one. See if we can see one today.
Thank you.
There's the straight shot Madison was talking about, and that's where the basket used to be. This is the second major change of this course this year.
It's not, there's nothing like wrong with the change as far as it just is not very interesting for most FPO players.
Yeah, that's the best drive I've seen by far.
By a long shot.
Yeah, that was a road runner. I agree with you that this hole is not that interesting. And the other change I also dislike, they just took away the two must-get birdies.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that must-get birdies are something we don't get a ton of.
Yeah,
it's nice
I think it's
to
important.
attack.
It's
Yeah.
important to have them trickled throughout. This one we're going to watch, people throw drives and then approaches.
And throw a tiny chip shot.
Yeah.
Here's another straight shot from Vanessa. And that gets you to, 80 feet?
Yeah.
It's a good shot. Kristin going to be off the fairway, way left. This is going to be a tough approach. Kristin having, a rougher round than we've seen from her in a while.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's still only, +1? So bad.
Yeah.
Just.
That's awful. Absolutely.
But she's
hard,
just been
it's hard
so
to watch.
clean and strong.
Really nice approach from Ohn. See where Vanessa ended up after a really nice straight shot. And that's pretty classic, just like a little chip approach or maybe a jump putt. And then there's Henna. Oh, no, we're not there yet.
Not quite. It's too good. Henna's in the circle.
Oh, Nice.
Good effort.
Henna, the only FPO competitor to get inside the circle for birdie.
Dang it.
Not again. The top. She's right on line. Perfect speed.
I'm going to brag. Maria Oliva birdied it from circle 2. It was sick.
Wow. Yeah, there was 2 birdies on the day. Maria Oliva and Kat Murch, both from circle 2.
Nice. All right. So with that, there's only 1 stroke separating Kristin from Henna.
Just like that.
Happens, yep. Pretty quick. Hole 15 is technically a large island. You have to throw over the stone wall to be in bounds, or you go from the drop zone we just flew over. It's a really tough drop zone. This is not one you see birdies on. It feels like an eagle. It is possible, but most of the time you see people play for par. You see a lot of mid-ranges or fairway drivers that push straight and kind of push the right side. You can see there's so many more trees on the left side, and there's not a lot of looks if you fade out too early.
Yeah, it's even hard to just get to the green.
I actually really like this play from Ohn, because if you get up on the right side a little bit, the angle opens up on your second shot. That was a good line. It was just low.
Yeah, this one, it's requires you to pull out a distance driver and rip it through a tiny gap, but it's just really hard to do that because if you catch one, even if you get through the gap and catch a tree, you can still find that out of bounds wall with the distance driver. So it feels a little crazy. Lower speed discs are good here.
That's so good from Vanessa. And being on that
So
right
good.
side, like I said, she gets kicked a little left, but she's still in a good spot.
Yeah, your disc is landing on a kind of a weird angle on a sloping fairway, so it has a tendency to filter down to the left pretty often. This plate is the 4th most difficult hole.
Wow.
You
We
can
didn't see anyone from the drop zone round 1, so now we'll see how difficult this is. My favorite way to attack it is just like a Anheuser forehand, because the backhand is really hard to get all the way there, except Owen's going to do it perfectly. But Owen pulls out drivers where a lot of other people are pulling out like a mid-range to go from the drop zone.
You can't quite tell from the footage, but this is a really, really steeply right to left down sloping fairway, and it feels a little scary to throw a high hyzer like we just see Henna and Ohn doing, because your disc can easily either carry over the wall to the left of the basket inside the circle, or you can get a big ground skip and jump over the wall. So this is a kind of a sketchy lie.
They're making it all look so easy though,
Yes.
as they do.
Wow.
So easy.
So easy.
Just heart backhand.
Vanessa, the only player on the island, throwing her second shot. Perfect.
Very nice. Henna the farthest out for her bogey look, about 20 feet.
Yeah, I always kind of thought that saving bogey was hard, but now everyone
thought so
just did
too.
it so easily.
But, once again, I feel like we're here to tell the people how impressive what they just did was, right?
Yes, and it is. No birdies on this hole, and that's not surprising. I don't know if we'll see any ever. I'm just kidding. There will be some eventually.
Someday.
Just not today. Hole 16, 385, but it plays more like 300. You just throw something with your nose down, backhand turnover, or a forehand works great. You can cut in early and take the route that the drone is flying, or you can push past this big tree on the left that we're passing right now and come in a little bit later onto the green. It is more blocked over there, so early right, I think, is kind of the miss. There's also an out-of-bounds rock wall all the way down the left-hand side that can come into play anytime, further incentivizing going right early.
The backhand freaks me out on this hole.
Me too.
If you pull it just a little early, you get huge kicks.
God, Vanessa, she's
Just
so good.
lacing.
She's so
wow. What a line. So pure. A lot of times once you get down to the green area, you're kind of hoping like you find one of those gaps, but she literally hit the gap.
Mm-hmm.
Ohn throwing the flex, which I really like this play a lot.
Yep. Gets through everything
Inside the
Ohn
circle.
fashion.
Mm-hmm. Henna showing us the backhand line as well.
Pure.
Wow.
So pure.
Wow.
Love that little force over backhand that she does.
Yeah.
It doesn't dump over. It just holds straight. It's so pretty.
She's just so good at throwing those lower speed discs, where a lot of people need to throw higher speed ones.
Kristin gonna hug the right side the whole way.
That's good if it skips. It's still not bad.
Nope. Definitely pushing a little straighter than it maybe she wanted, but it's fine over there.
Yeah, just playing for par from here, though. Pretty. Vanessa just laying up, it looks like.
It's one of the crazy things about Brewster Ridge is you can throw these amazing pure lines and hit the gaps and still like not have a look at birdie.
Yeah.
Like we just saw Vanessa.
It can be frustrating. Even this one looks pretty tough for Ohn. She's just outside the circle, has this tree to contend with.
Ran that one super hard. She'll have a big comeback putt, but we believe.
Yeah, Ohn having one of the best rounds out here. She's 3 down.
Yay.
Awesome.
Nice birdie from Henna.
Gets her to 1 over on the round. Great putt.
And like it's nothing. 28-foot par safe.
Nonchalant crowd wave. And 1 birdie and 3 pars is pretty good on that hole.
Mm-hmm.
Hole 17 is a par 4, 544 feet. Very attackable. You just have to get past this little pinch point here. You can see where this creek is. Past these final 2 little sticky trees on the left. And then you want to land in the center. And then this shot is doable, but it's very technical. You need to throw something super straight with maybe just a tiny bit of finish. Trying to get into these wood chips. You do see a lot of obstructed putts, though. It's really easy to fade too early on the drive, or sometimes you see someone lace the gap but then fade too much to the right, and there's kind of a false fairway over there, but it's not actually a feasible route to get to the basket.
Man,
That looks good.
Yeah.
Just fading a little too much. Wow. So
But
far.
It's so far.
It's so far.
Henna's tee shots are blowing my mind.
Yeah. She's getting 100 feet farther.
Yeah, and it's
than-
just always dead center too, out of her hand.
Yeah, I like the height she gives everything.
I like this angle from Vanessa. Oh, sneaks through almost everything.
I think she's kind of on the upslope of that ditch, though.
I think that little hyzer flip to flat, little Annie fade shot, what we saw Vanessa throw, is the shot for this hole.
Ohn almost able to get her all the way around the corner. It's not too hard to par from over there, but it kind of takes birdie out of play.
Yeah, the best you can do is a long putt from there.
And this looks freaking perfect. Come on. Oh, misses the last
Yay.
2 trees. That was a Saint Pro. Ohn in this ditch. Getting most of the way out.
Thank you. Thank you.
There's probably only 100 feet left or so. Vanessa has a gap to actually attack here. She does, but kicks into a worse spot. Actually, there's out of bounds over there, which I did not know.
It's not. It is listed, but it does not look like she would have gotten even close to it
Yeah,
yet.
I've never seen anybody find that. It's just like a weird patch.
It looks like the out of bounds is by the basket.
Yeah.
I don't think she's out of bounds.
She's just rethrowing.
Yeah.
Okay, she just chose to abandon it and rethrow it. That's so
look at
not
that
actually out of
shot.
bounds, but wow, what a correction. And it's so gutsy too.
Wow.
So, okay, so yeah, the out of bounds is only by the basket.
Yeah. So
just to be clear.
So yeah, that was
We were just
that was
confused.
just a rethrow.
Nice little pitch up from Henna there for her birdie.
Man, that shot from Vanessa just blew my mind.
I know.
That is so gutsy.
To do the same thing that you just messed up perfectly is like unreal.
Unreal. Again, mental game. Found it.
Great camera work. Kristin unable to convert on the birdie there, just a touch low.
Still super clean golf.
Yeah, she's, 3 over, which is the worst we've seen, and Henna's right there for the birdie and to potentially take the lead.
It would just be too much, though, to have like 2 under par rounds at Brewster.
It's not fair.
That would
Even
just
for the
not
rest
be
of us.
real.
Man,
Nice
Vanessa,
bogey from
yeah,
Vanessa.
keeping it to a single bogey, just abandoning a disc. That's crazy.
That is crazy, especially from that far away.
Yeah.
Hole 18, 344 feet, slightly uphill. I think it plays a little farther than that. Maybe it's just the gap that makes it feel farther, but these low-hanging branches in this bush take out the straight shot. You have to kind of throw something a little bit nose up or forced over, or even like kind of hard flex shot to the right of that bush and let it hyzer back into the green. Once you get past that bush, there's nothing really you have to worry about. There's some trees past the basket, which I guess we could see Henna find, but most people aren't worried about them.
This is a road runner again. Look at, man, the height she gives her discs. Wow, so good.
So
Gets her
good.
to circle's edge.
That's a beefcake roadrunner.
It is thrown like a little nose up and high, so
yeah,
I think
and
it
a
just
lot
kind
of
of
hyzer.
stalls. And Ohn with this massive forehand flex shot.
Wow.
So
I
close.
thought that was past it.
Yeah, great power. Just hits the one thing in the way. Kristin throwing her St. Pro. Just missed that one. That's pin high. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, good little tree stop too, just outside the circle. I like this play to the right of the bush.
And
That's my preferred play.
yeah, it's probably the best play, but
Hard to get in the
it's-
circle, though.
Yeah, it's hard to get in the circle, and it's so risky because if you catch any of those trees and kick right, it's really hard to recover.
Yeah, that's true.
It's such a tight gap.
Ohn from the bush from about 80. Great touch. And she's going to finish with a 3 down.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, really
So
solid
good.
round.
Vanessa not having much to work with.
Yeah, this left side doesn't leave you a ton of options, which is frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
Kristin for birdie. We'll see if she has a gap. Oh, it's open. Oh, there we go.
What a strong finish.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like 36 feet, looks like 45.
Great finish. That gets Kristin to 2 over. Henna for birdie.
This played is the second easiest hole of the day, but there was still only 7 birdies on it. That's how it is at Brewster.
That's how it be.
Mm-hmm.
Henna coming back for par here. And it's a tie at the top going into the last day.
Ooh, exciting.
Mm-hmm. Vanessa hanging in there, but just showing us Brewster Ridge has some teeth.
Yeah, it's crazy to watch someone throw like pure lines all day.
She had
and
so
still,
many good shots.
Yeah, and still just like eking away bogey strokes here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone finding their fair share of bogeys today. Ohn keeping it pretty clean though.
Yeah, maintains her 3rd place position. Vanessa slipping down to 3rd card tomorrow. Let's see who joins us on lead for the final day of the Green Mountain Championship. It's going to be Missy Gannon with a 2 down. Ella Hansen and Kat Murch also 2 downs. Find their place on chase card Evelina Solonen also under par. Wow.
And yeah, and only 3 people under par for the weekend so far. Whew, that's how it is. Even par plays good out here at Smuggler's Notch. Big thanks to our VIP members again. We thank you guys every time, and we mean it every time. Also, thanks to GK Pro for the awesome FPO footage. We've got one more round tomorrow. Only 20 competitors playing after cut day. We'll see you guys at Fox Run Meadows tomorrow. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the 2 Hot Geese.